This week, we have two incredible guests. First, we are joined by record 32-time Bassmaster Classic Qualifier, 16-time Bassmaster winner, and 4-time Classic Champion. The legendary Mr. Rick Clunn returns to the show for his monthly residency. And as if that's not enough, we are also joined by 4-time Classic Qualifier, Elite Series champion from Japan, the one and only Takumi Ito. Both of them join me this week on...
I'm Bob Cobb from the Bassmaster. Welcome to Mercer.
Welcome all friends, family, freeloaders, fishing freaks, and of course my humpers. You're all welcome here at the Awkwardly Honest Fishing Podcast that goes by my last name, which is Mercer. Welcome into the 167th edition of the Mercer Podcast, and I hope wherever you are in the world, you are having a great week. I mean, it amazes me. I was corresponding with one of our viewers from Spain earlier this week. Hey, we haven't done this in a while. Let's do it in the comments, wherever you're watching. In the comments, let me know where you're watching from. It's always great to find out how close and how far away people tune into this podcast. And I thank you all for doing that. Speaking of tuning into things, this past week, we passed a major milestone. We now have over 400,000 YouTube subscribers. That's right, over 400,000 YouTube subscribers. If you follow me in social media, and I wish you would, you saw the spoofy video I put out earlier this week announcing that, because you got to put a video out to announce it. That's how social media works. But rather than me just do a video, I thought it'd be fun to have the Elite Series anglers all appalled and shocked that I have 400,000 YouTube subscribers, because that's exactly how I feel. I mean, I'm amazed that we have 400,000 subscribers on YouTube, to be honest. Like, when we got the plaque for 100,000, I was like, I can't believe we made it here. You guys continue to support everything on this channel, whether it's the podcast, whether it's the underwater footage that I'm obsessed with, whether it's the facts fishing content, whether it's all of the above. I thank you for it. I thank you all for your support. You have no idea how much it means to me, and it continues to blow me away. And thank you. Thank you for letting me live the life that I live. And as I said, I'm kind of obsessed with underwater footage, and it's good. It's a good thing that I'm obsessed with it, because you guys like watching it, and it's a major reason why we have so many subscribers. So I literally had to get pulled out of the water to make this podcast so we would have a podcast for this week. That's how obsessed I am with it. I think it's weird. I think it kind of, like, for me, I mean, the two places where I feel the most relaxed and calm is when I go fishing or when I'm shooting underwater footage. You know, when I'm down there swimming with the fish, it's just like, everything's chill, everything's cool. So it really, it's therapy for me. And I can only kind of compare it to what it feels like. You hear a lot of people talk about tree stand therapy. You know, they get in a tree stand, they get away from angling, and it's their decompression time. It is for me, but I am obsessed with it, like so obsessed with it. I think partially because I live in Canada, and there's only so many months you can do this. You just can't do it all year long. So yeah, I've been doing a lot of that in between events, but events are back. This week we have Smith Lake in Alabama, and it is going to be a scorcher. I don't know if you've noticed, but anglers are, through social media, you can see anglers are installing fans on their boat. That's the first time I've seen that. I mean, we left the Wheeler event where we had crazy things happening. Carpet burns. We had anglers' graphs going down. Well, now the heat is going to be more, and we're going to be on Smith. So I hope to see you there. Come on out. It'll be a fun way in. Come on out and sweat with me. It'll be a lot of fun. But here's some good news for me. I get to miss a day, and I hate missing a day. And one of the cool things that happens every time I miss a day, if I'm under the weather or something like that, you guys send me a ton of messages, which really makes me feel loved. So thank you very much. But be prepared this week. I'm missing the first day. Thanks to Chris Bowes, who's going to fill in for me, and I am very thankful to him for doing that. My son Jack is graduating high school, and I don't want to miss that. And thanks to Chris Bowes, I do not have to miss that. But I do get to miss one day of sweltering on that stage. And I don't need another reason to sweat. So thank you, Chris. I do appreciate it. The crazy weird thing is going to Jack's graduation, which I am so proud of him. Such a great young man. I've got incredible kids. But I remember one of the first years I worked for Bass, probably second season or whatever. I remember taking a day off and going back to the event and having a bunch of anglers be like, hey, congrats. I heard you were at a graduation for your kid. And I was like, yeah, but it was just kindergarten. Don't get carried away. Well, I've worked for Bass long enough now that he's gone all the way through kindergarten, all the way through grade school, all the way up to high school. Now he's graduating from that. So I've been around a lot longer than I ever imagined. So I'm thankful for that. And I can't wait to celebrate his graduation and all good things. But once that's done, I'll be jumping on a plane Friday morning and I will be heading to Smith for the 7th stop of the 2024 Bassmaster Elite Series. I hope to see a bunch of you there. It's always a good time. And I may not have mentioned it, but it's going to be hot. Here's a weird thing. We got 2 great guests. I want to jump right into this. We did have a dude on social media that went off on a tirade this week, telling me to shut up at the beginning of the show. Don't talk about people being depressed. Don't talk about things that matter to you. We're just here to hear the anglers. I want to just keep talking for that dude, but I really don't have any more to say, and I'm going to jump right into the guest. But just be forewarned, buddy. I'll keep talking. You know why? Because it's my freaking podcast. I'm thankful you guys tune in. And one of the major reasons people tune in is this next guy, and he is back here to continue his residency. The one and only Mr. Rick Clunn. We've missed him a little bit because of weather, because of scheduling and stuff like that, but he's back, and he brings some gold. The one and only Mr. Rick Clunn. Rick Clunn proving once again that you are so much more manly than I. I had to pull you away from doing an oil change on your truck. You're 77 years old. This is your week off, and you're doing freaking oil changes.
That's one of the things I've learned is the kind of the opposite of what you think. You think when you get older, you do less. I've learned that the older you get, the more you do, and it's really better for you. Doing less ain't going to be helpful.
No.
So by staying busy and doing more and trying to become not just a better fisherman, which I constantly try to do, but become a better husband, which is doing some duties around here and trying to do them somewhat good. We had our dishwasher and our garbage disposal go out, and we replaced it yesterday. And so those kind of, you're a husband, those kind of things are happening. In the past, we've always called us, a handyman. And I'm just trying to do more of that kind of stuff because it does keep me busy.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you realize that all the tools in this household where I live in, they're owned by my wife? I have to ask her can I have some vice grips?
I'm in the same boat. Absolutely. And she knows how to use them a lot better than I do.
Well, I guess that's part of us traveling too. I mean, yeah. I think Sarah loves that stuff anyways. But I guess I'm a bad husband and never left her with any choice because I'm in wherever we are.
Well, I think intuitively, I hope that's correct, that we actually choose, and historically choose independent, self-reliant women, because that creates some issues between you. You can't boss them around because they're independent and self-reliant. So don't try.
Well, let's get into fishing here because you've had a busy last little while. The 500th event is in the past. Are you happy about that?
Oh, I'm totally happy about that. That was the worst event of my life.
Why?
Sad. Well, I've really had to think about it. It's because all of a sudden it's kind of like and this is not totally accurate, but it's kind of like people, my expectations of myself have always been high, but all of a sudden the camera lens came on me constantly that tournament.
Yeah.
And so, and whether it's true or not, the implied expectations of the world were looking at you and expecting, hey, the 500th event, let's let him win it. Well, that may not have been true, but that's what's in my mind. I was on St. John's where I'd won before twice. And so it was just all of that. And I came from an era where I didn't embrace cameras. I don't have a TV show because I really don't embrace cameras. And all of a sudden there was a camera every direction I looked. There was a camera. And even in practice, there was one or two camera boats following me around. And and believe me, my sponsors love it. And that's what you hope for when you started, that you could get them that kind of exposure, that they would value you. But it just all of a sudden was too much for me. I mean, that's all I can say. I wanted to go off and I actually was sick during that tournament. I'd got something at Harris Chain, or during that time frame, I couldn't even practice a half day, the first day of practice. And I don't know what it was. And I haven't been sick in 4 or 5 years. And all of a sudden, so it was a combination of those things. I had camera guys over there when I'd wake up in the morning wanting to see me brew coffee, see what I was going to have for breakfast. It was, Scott Martin would have loved it because I know his cameraman follows him to the toilet. But I'm not one of those guys. And all of a sudden I was just overwhelmed by it. And so I even told Davey Hyatt when he interviewed me, I can't wait till this one's over. Since then, though, I've really enjoyed the tournaments. And maybe that was partially because of that tournament. I've enjoyed the tournaments that came after that more than I have in a long, long time.
Why?
And also, I was fishing better. My mind was working better. I was making better decisions. And sure, you can look at the results and that may not show up, but I knew I was doing the right thing. I was making the right moves. And if you look at the standings nowadays, you can be in 60th, 69th place, and you were 2 pounds out of, 40th place, or 20th place sometimes. So it's really, I basically fished well. The only thing that I needed and I didn't get was, that extra big fish that would give you that 2 or 3 pounds that moved you all the way into the top 20, probably.
So the success of a tournament, you can remove the result from it in your head.
Oh yeah.
Because so many people, it's the opposite. It doesn't matter. Even if they lose a bunch of fish, if they get the result that they wanted, that's a successful event. So how do you judge it? Just knowing you made the right decisions?
When you make the right decisions. When you're fishing scared versus with courage. And a lot of times, fishing aggressive versus conservative. And I've been aggressive. I've been taking chances, but not non-intellectual chances. I've been really, one of my biggest weaknesses my whole career has been taking me out of the best areas. I take myself out of the best areas. I don't want to be around all the other boats. And I got away with that in my early career because there was water that was untapped.
Yeah.
That you could go to and wouldn't have other boats there and do very well and even win in water like my Classic in '84. Nobody fished that area. The locals didn't fish that area. And that was just 75 pounds for 3 days. And I had a local boy come up to me that had the camera boats on us, and he said, "Mr. Clunn," it was the final day when we were at the ramp taking out. He said, "Mr. Clunn, I have to tell you something. If I had not seen you catch those fish, I would have swore you cheated." He said, "Because nobody has ever caught fish in there. My granddad fished this river his whole life. My dad's fished this river his whole life." He says, "And I fished it. I would have never believed you caught those fish illegally if I hadn't watched you." But I could do that back then. I could find those kind of fish and often did. it's really almost impossible to do that now. Now, the forward fishing guys are doing it. They're doing it, but it's for my style of fishing over the years. Those kind of areas, and GPS really took those kind of areas away. And plus fishing pressure, and the anglers are better and there's more of them. So there was a lot of reasons. And so what I'm really been doing the last several events, I'm not doing that. I'm willing to go into those. We knew at Wheeler that the flats were going to dominate. So you go in there and try to figure out a way to catch them. What you can do is go in there and figure out a better way to catch them than they're being caught. And figure out little sweet spots that sometimes those sweet spots in that big area, and those big areas do move around a little bit due to current and high water and color water and things like that. So you really have to get more into the detail of an area than you have. And I've enjoyed that.
It's a very cool way of looking at things. The eventual champion of Wheeler, Cliff Prince, was on this very podcast. And when I asked him what message stood out, like anybody, a first-time winner, he's got hundreds of messages, and he's such a likable guy. But he had a lot of messages, and I said, what was the message that stood out to you? And he said it wasn't directly from you, but it was through Melissa to him, basically saying how happy you were to see him win and how you were, and he got really emotional. Why were you so happy? Why did that win? Why was it any different to you?
Well, because I know how long he's been doing it, and I know how connected his heart is connected to it. And we all, and you've heard it 1,000 times since he's won it, that he's one of those nicest guys you can be around in the tournaments. And it hasn't, I don't hear him grow old and bitter. I haven't heard him like a lot of us older guys do, go old and complain about everything. I haven't heard him do that. So, and you think we're trying to beat our fellow competitors, but we're not. Most of us aren't. We're just trying to win. And in fact, one of the tournaments that hurt me the most to win was the Classic in 1990 when I beat Tommy Biffle at James River. It hurt me to win because I knew how much I took away from him. I mean, I was glad to win, don't get me wrong, but at the same time, I feel for those other anglers that just want so much to hold that winner's trophy. And he's one of them. And there's more than him out there, And also, and I don't know the timeline for him, but I know it's getting toward the end. So when a young guy doesn't win, I don't feel it's bad for him because I know his timeline and his chances are still, a lot of them are ahead of him. So it's a multitude of reasons.
Do you think you would have been a more lethal tournament angler if you could remove that compassionate side of yourself? Or does that disappear when you're competing?
It disappears when you're competing. I mean, it doesn't. I've only had one or two anglers in my whole career that I wanted to beat their butt. I didn't like the guy. And I didn't like the way he fished. I didn't like the way he treated other people. And when he was up there close to me, but I didn't like that part of myself when I did occasionally have those feelings, because I know those are wrong feelings to have to win. I know some people say, if you look at other sports, no, sometimes, Michael Jordan, he wanted to get mad at somebody on the court because it gave him a little bit more, motivation.
Yeah.
And so, all of us humans psychologically have to trick ourselves into a higher level of motivation. I just did not want it to be, wanting to beat a particular other angler. The puzzle out there is amazing. And to figure out all those things. There's a commercial on TV now about this black dude that stands up there and says, "Are you a fisherman?" You've probably seen it. and he's talking to this other guy on the bank of a creek, and the guy
it's from that show. What? It's from a Netflix show. I totally know that.
But anyway, and he goes in, but he says there's so many variables, and he goes through all of them. And that's, to win, you've got to be concentrating on all those variables. And that part about beating somebody else should not, in our sport, should not be one of them.
Do you have a victory in your career that stands out as, and however you judge this, and it can only be judged in the way that Rick Clunn would judge things, that stands out as the most pure or most complete victory of your career?
There one came to my mind very quickly, but I'm sure it's not the only one, but it's the one that came to my mind the quickest. But I'm afraid I'm going to discriminate against some of the others by not thinking a little longer on it, on this subject. I'm thinking of all the classics and using, and the key word for me was what you said was pure. And I'll be honest with you, it was the U.S. Open out in Lake Mead. Yeah, when I had to run up into the Grand Canyon, the lake was full for the first time, and I had to make a comeback that was near impossible out there. And out there, that tournament, and back then it was a 4-day event in July and August, and the temperatures were just incredibly hot and dangerous. And you had to manage yourself and your fish and everything in such a, and there's just a purity out there anyway. Those lakes are pure. I mean, you don't have houses on the banks.
Yeah.
You don't have, you can get into part of the lakes where you don't see another boat. And that lake, those lakes out there, even though the eastern lakes change, those lakes out there can change 25 to 50 foot a year. In other words, just like you're not even fishing the same body of water. So that keeps them pure. Just takes away any local advantage. There's no like Wheeler, the flats. If you didn't fish in the flats, you were really going to be hard to win. Out there, you don't have that. Every year, you cannot predict where it's going to be won, but then surviving it, that heat and everything would always tell you where you were at as an angler. I mean, you could never lie to yourself out there. Oh, I'm good. I'm in good shape. I'm thinking correctly. I'm doing all the right things. No, it would tell you if you were lying or not real quick. And in that tournament, I realized that I was everything I wanted to be as a professional angler. That one turn, all of them do, but that one is more than any others.
From talking to you, I get the feeling that if something is physically more difficult, it's more rewarding to you instantly.
Absolutely. It's that's one of that's one of the things I do regret nowadays, that we don't fish in bad weather.
Yeah.
Because boy, that was such a huge strategy, and mentally and physically, and when you survived and did well in one of those bad weather tournaments, and when I won in the BASS tournament, the first tournament on the St. Lawrence, it was all smallmouth. I won it. Man, it was some brutal to get there and get back. And you had to be smart, and you had to manage every wave that you came to, and be able to do that and then win the tournament. That being able to and anticipate, you knew what you were going to have to do. You knew nowadays the old technique, which I still do. I don't try to practice what the weather is in practice. I try to look ahead, see what the weather forecast is going to be, and practice according to what that's going to be. And that was so incredibly valued back when you knew the wind wasn't going to allow you, if you're at Lake Champlain, to run to Ticonderoga. So you better have some fish another direction. And nowadays, some guys practice down there and then don't worry about the wind keeping them from going down there because they know that day will be canceled. So it takes totally the strategy out of the game. So that's a strategy in the sport that I miss a lot is practicing according to the weather and how you're going to handle bad weather.
See, you say that, and I totally get where you're coming from. But I also look at one of the most cool experiences that I find myself to be witness to, and it involved you, was that tournament in Falcon when we had a dust storm and you were the only guy who could get to your fish. And I watched you walk into that trailer and say, it's unfair for us to go today. So how did you...
I didn't say that.
You didn't say that?
No. I said it is too dangerous for us to go today because of the cameraman. Not because... If it was just anglers in the boat, I would not have said that.
So
I said because of the camera guys. I knew they were going to get hurt. So that's the reason that I said no. And I looked at him and I said, I know you're expecting me to give you some grief over what you're thinking. I said, but I don't. I think it's the right decision today. And then that's when I said it's because I'm not worried about if it's just us anglers in the boat, go. I don't care if it's it's a volcano coming at it or whatever. But no, I've been around too many of these these cameramen are ninjas.
Yeah.
But I see what they put up with, and they get unnoticed, and they're amazing, and they get hurt anyway in just semi bad weather. That was not gonna. Somebody's gonna get hurt real bad.
Did you have a hard time making that decision though? In the way that, like, as most tournament anglers, they make the decision. I mean, it's pretty stereotypical. They make the decision that helps them. And if they can still get to their fish, which you would have been the only guy who could safely get to your fish. And at that time, you hadn't won 2 events in St. John's. It had been a long time since you won. You were in a position to win. Did you battle over that, or it was just a simple decision?
No, you've seen me how quickly I blurt things out. And here's the thing. I never totally was against canceling a day when the weather was there. But I was always totally against canceling a day when it was a forecast.
Yeah.
It was halfway across the state, or, it might happen, it might not, and the best example of that was when I took the lead at Kentucky Lake in the BASS tournament, and the tournament director canceled the next day because of the forecast, and it was the most beautiful day you ever saw. He let us go on the day that it hit. So and it cost me the tournament. I mean, so the forecast is what gets me. And the Falcon, it wasn't a forecast. It was on top of us.
Oh, yeah.
So it was easy.
Okay. I gotcha. Earlier this week, you spent a little time with Cody Huff. Again, it's your week off after what people would be like, we've been grinding. We left a hot event. We're going to go back to another hot event. It's your week off. Talk to me about your relationship with Cody Huff and that experience.
Well, he's, we got to start practice on Monday at Smith Lake. Well, he's fishing a tournament here on Table Rock Lake Saturday and Sunday. And once the tournament's over Sunday evening, he's going to drive to Smith Lake and start practice on Monday. And I knew he was going to the lake, and I'm really trying to learn this electronics and how. I know he's one of the very best. I'm determined to win one doing that. That's why I don't want to see him do anything but maybe manage it. I don't want him to ban it or do anything like that, because like I've told you earlier, that's just going to basically reduce us to mediocrity. But so every time I go with him, I learn a ton just watching him with those electronics, and I learned there's there's so much to it, and yet it's really beautiful to do and watch. We put more fish in the boat yesterday than I've put in the boat in 10 years. Seen in a practice day in 10 years.
Wow.
So and what he was doing once he figured it out, I could do it. And once he showed it to me, and there's a lot to it that they're not telling y'all about. That that merges the old way of using electronics with the new way. Everybody thinks there's a huge gap there. There's not. In fact, one really complements the other, but you got to learn how to use them together. And I'm not going to tell you. That's why I was fishing with Cody.
How can something that so many people literally at this point hate, explain the beauty in it to me? I don't need the secret, but explain the beautiful part about it.
Understanding what I've been working on for 50 years, understanding the fish. It's not necessarily that's going to let me win another tournament. It's just I really understand them, and I used to think I understood them.
Yeah.
And now I'm so glad that I'm getting to be in the boat with somebody that, like Cody, that really fills in all the blanks, fills in all the gaps. There's always in mankind, I don't care what you study, space, spirituality, whatever, there's gaps in knowledge.
Yep.
And man is trying to fill in the gaps. Well, that's what this is doing in fishing. It's filling in those gaps in knowledge that we have been missing. And all of a sudden to see those blanks being filled in, to me, is wonderful. It's beautiful. But to me, and I'm very saddened by the human species as a whole when it comes to a lot of things like that. And I'm very saddened with a group of our anglers that they only see it. I don't even know what they see. They're not seeing what I'm seeing. So, and that's okay. I mean, we're all different people.
It's a very cool way to look at things. I am going to continue to pester you when we're not recording to tell me what you're learning, but I don't know if you'll ever tell me. Do I have better chance or I've got no shot?
Well, I'm not going to get. Cody has been a friend for a long time, and now he's willing to give back. I'm not going to give away what he's showing me, not easily. Depends on how much screwballs, I guess, you would pour in my glass. But do you ever watch Drunken History?
No, but it sounds like the kind of history lesson I'd enjoy.
That's what it would probably take to get me to spill the beans. But no, it's really kind of a neat program. This guy, and he's been on forever. He goes and gets a celebrity, gets them, and they're willing to get drunk. And the most recent one, he was with Hamilton, the guy that did the play Hamilton in New York City.
Yeah,
an incredible musical. Anyway, and they agreed to do it. They get him drunk, and then he picked out Hamilton and Burr, these historical people, and then this drunk celebrity explains their story, and it's probably more accurate than sometimes the historical version of it, but it's also very funny and humorous.
Well, I mean, we're a few months away from it, but we have a 200th episode coming up, Rick. I don't want you to get sloppy drunk, but would you have a couple of cocktails with me on?
I haven't gotten sloppy drunk in 30 years. In fact, I'm drunk. I could not. My mind wouldn't function if I was getting that drunk with these people. So I'd say that probably wouldn't work with me, because I'm even trying to remember what it felt like to be sloppy drunk. I remember puking, but I don't remember. So.
Everybody remembers that. That everybody ends up on the floor somewhere. and it's not a
I was
good
out
feeling.
hugging a pine tree the last time I did it.
A pine tree.
I was hugging a pine tree. I went outdoors to get some fresh air, and then it hit me, and I just grabbed a hold of this pine tree.
Okay. Well, I don't want you to get there.
Okay.
I just 200th episode, maybe just a little rosy in the cheeks. You know that. What do you like to drink when you have a drink?
Screwball.
What exactly is a screwball?
It's a
Screwdriver?
California bourbon made with peanut butter, and it's nasty. And I drink one glass of it. You know, or not a glass, but you know how you would just pour. You're on TV. It always amazed me on TV, of course, that these guys go into the saloon, pour me a jigger of whiskey, you know. Or if you were watching Yellowstone with Kevin Costner, at the end of every day they went in and they poured them just a slug of whiskey in a glass, nothing else, and they drink it. And I tried that, but I hated the taste of it until I found this stuff. So now when they're Yellowstone or one of those movies on, they start doing that, I go pour me a jigger and I drink right there with them. But like I said, I only drink one. I'm not going to. How do we get on this subject?
I don't know. I thought you started the drinking topic,
No.
and I'll be honest. As soon as you said it, I lit up. I did.
Yeah.
I mean, the evil side of me came out.
Yeah.
Do I hear correctly that you have a new member of your family? You didn't just take knowledge home from the Cody Huff fishing trip.
No. They had a little bastard dog, excuse the word, but that's what he was. They raised, and you know, a certain breed of dog to sell, and this other dog from the neighborhood came in and bred with one of them, and so so it's a cross between like a Pyrenees and this little Alaskan Husky dog. And of course Melissa saw it, and Cody's mom was putting it on the internet, and she said, and we lost one of we had 7 dogs, one of them we lost, and so
7?
Yeah.
7
we had
dogs.
7. One of them died, and so now she's been thinking about replacing it, I know. And so, yeah, so we got 7 dogs and 4 cats and chickens, and we used to have buffalo and elk. You know, we had. Melissa told me when I met her, she said, "I'm going to have a lot of animals." She wasn't lying. So.
Rick, the only other people I know that have 7 dogs also have a sleigh that the dogs pull.
I know. Most of ours don't have that kind of job. Most of our Pyrenees do a good job of keeping the bears away from the house. They pretty well patrol the chicken house and our house and the barn to keep bears from breaking into trash cans or something. So they do have a little bit of a job.
Okay. So do they live in the house too, or no?
2 of them do, and the others don't. Now I think 3 of them will with this new one for a while, but the rest of them, no, they live outside.
Do you think those ones that live outside hate the ones that live inside?
Absolutely.
I would. I mean, if I was that dog, what the hell? What makes you so special?
No, exactly. They know there's air conditioning in here. They can feel it when you go in.
Yeah. We used to have a dog that it passed a few years ago, but its name was Tex because we got it at Kelly Jordan's wedding, and it was a dog like that was adopted, and it was a beagle pug. It had the face of a beagle and the ass of a pug, and it was a great dog, but we paid exactly $30 for it, and then we get my daughter's service dog, which we paid a lot more than $30 for. And it has a whole different set of rules. And I'm like, Tex must hate Luna because Luna's allowed on the couch. Luna's allowed to go anywhere. Goes to school with Cadence. One thing I do want to talk to you about, because I don't think I've ever asked you about this. You spend an incredible amount of time. I mean, the more we get to know each other, the more impressed I am with you. And it's just because I think about your routine more. I think about more of the stuff that you're doing. And you don't have anyone driving for you. You are a road warrior, unless this year you've had Melissa on the road a little bit. But how do you pass the time on those road trips? Are you a music guy, a podcast guy, a silence guy?
It's kind of changed some. I used to, I haven't done this in probably 20 years, but I used to read on the way to a tournament. And even underlining stuff in the books while I'm driving. So, you know how everybody worries about being on cell phones now? Well, back then I was reading, underlining certain things in it, And I read, because I didn't read a thing until I got into fishing. I never read a book in my whole life. And when I was in San Francisco Airport, after I'd won, I think my first or second classic, I'm trying to figure, how are we all on this search to understand how we're doing it better. And this is no joke. I was walking through the San Francisco airport and I went in briefly waiting on my plane into this bookstore. And I was walking down between the aisle of books and this book falls out on the floor or at my feet. And anyway, I bought it and read it, and boy, it just started me reading. And I started reading everything. I ended up reading every philosophical, every mental, book, and finally every spiritual book, the Bible, the Quran, the Bhagavad Gita. Some of them I couldn't get through. I'll be honest, I don't pretend that I read all of them. And then people like Joseph Campbell and then Richard Bach or Jonathan Segal. I read everything, and then I got into reading every Native American culture I could find because they were so connected to nature that they fit into the fish. What I was an angler better than anything, if you really understood their understanding of the natural rhythms and that type of thing. So I drove reading, and then of course finally you finally get to a point where when you're reading, I watched a movie called Razor's Edge, and this character did the same thing in the movie, and he finally went to a monastery, and asked the monk, well, what can he do now? He's read everything he can possibly read, and he understands, but he don't totally understand. And the monk told him, said, take all your books and go to the top of a mountain. And so he did, and it's snow and cold. And eventually he ran out of wood, and the only thing he had left to burn was the books. And that's when the monk's wisdom hit him. It was time to quit reading and time to start living what really impressed you the most in what you read and trying to understand it. So that's kind of the point I got to. I was just, okay, I need to start living this instead of just trying to add more to your library, mental library. And so now, then I got to where, but that's going to tournaments, okay. Coming home from tournaments, depending on how, I was always trying to get over the emotions of that tournament. I didn't want to dump them on the family when you got home.
Yeah.
Because most of the time you were pissed off, when you go and upset and all of this. So you didn't want to dump that on your family. So you try to kind of regurgitate all that and be somewhat human when you got home. And also then later on, and now I do what I've done it my whole career, and most anglers do it, even though they may not be aware of it. You rehearse everything in advance. And again, I had a Navy SEAL come out here and talk to some kids at my farm here. And that's what he brought up when they asked him, how did y'all, they asked him about a certain mission he just got on, and he said, did you lose any people? He said, no, we didn't lose a person. And the guy said, hey, man, how in the world? And he says, because you rehearse everything in advance. Everything. And fishermen have to do the same thing. And so that's what I do a lot now, is I try to rehearse all the possibilities that may occur and have a secondary plan for them, a third plan for them. In other words, if it floods and blows your creek out, what are you going to do? If the wind's blowing in that, what are you going to do? If there's 12 boats there, what are you going to do? You need to think all those things and have answers, rehearse them in advance. So it's kind of that kind of game a little bit. It's evolved and changed some. And now a lot of times when I'm coming home from a tournament, I watch you. So. Because I didn't make the cut, so I'm watching you on the internet. So that's kind of as bad as reading.
So when you rehearse all this stuff in your head, do you get to the point where you have every option, or is it just Mother Nature's just going to throw more at you and you're inevitably going to have something that you haven't rehearsed for?
It will definitely occasionally surprise you with something you wasn't rehearsing for. Like at Kentucky Lake when they canceled that second day. I wasn't rehearsing for that. There's things, and that wasn't Mother Nature, that was humanity. But there's always things that you try to. The one that I didn't rehearse for that I remember the most was I was fishing up a creek, and I had in this one bend of a creek. I mean, they were loaded with quality fish. And so I rehearsed, okay, what if another boat beats you up there? What if, if it floods and it rains overnight? So I rehearsed all those things. Do you know what got me in that tournament? I ran up there and I hadn't rehearsed that this family of 12 fishing with cane paws off the bank was there. Oh my goodness. I didn't think about that one,
That book falling at your feet, what was that?
Magic of Your Mind by U.S. Anderson.
No, but I mean the actual book falling in your head. What do you write that off as? Was that just a coincidence? Was that meant to happen? What is that? How did that happen?
Well, of course, you've heard this saying, and I believe it, that the coincidence is the universe pointing you in the right direction.
Yeah.
And I think that fits that situation well, because I was looking for a lot of answers. And I didn't know where to find them all, because I was having things happen to me on the water that I couldn't rationally explain, but it was good things. And it was like insights you were getting, intuitive feelings that were really dead on, that I wanted to understand more. So that kind of was the universe shoving me in the right direction.
Did reading a book ever shove you into the ditch while you drive?
No.
Never once.
Not even got close. No. When you're going down the highway weaving, all the other people start paying attention to you. If you're going straight, they're not paying attention to you. That's the guy that gets run over. When you're weaving, you see a guy weaving up there, you go, wait a minute, I'm going to slow down and take my time around him.
So you think weaving kept you safe? I
mean, yeah.
I can't argue with it.
Yeah.
Rick, it's been a little while since we did this, but which I apologize for, because it's been both our schedules, and then we were supposed to do it one day. We had a big storm here and the internet wasn't working, but thank you. I mean, I had no idea what we were going to talk about, but we always end up talking about something, and you always make these segments pretty special.
No, I enjoy them. I actually look forward to them, and that surprises me because normally, like I was explaining about my 500th event, I don't look forward to a lot of attention, and it gets back to my grandma always saying, fools' names and fools' places show up in public places, so I didn't, and I've told you before, she always told me don't toot your own horn, so I guess that's one of the reasons I don't like to be in front of cameras that much.
Yeah, but I don't look at this as tooting your own horn. I think you have so many amazing chapters of your life, and this just scratches just a tiny little bit of it. But and I can understand the 500th event. I mean, that I didn't see you that first morning at takeoff intentionally, because I knew you were kind of wound up, and I looked down where you were parked, and I saw a lineup of people like waiting to do videos still. And it's beautiful that they care that much.
Oh yeah.
But I also knew that was, and I was sick. Probably got what you had the week before.
Yeah. I think several of us did. I haven't heard what it was.
They told me I had walking pneumonia, so I don't know what it was. But it, like that first morning of takeoff, I felt like a train wreck, and I wouldn't have gone. And I literally walked down there. I said, the only reason I'm here is because it's Rick Clunn's 500th. I said, because I can't not be here. And not that it matters. Your tournament, you're not even hearing anything I say. But for me, I wanted to be there for it. So I did the intro, walked off the dock, like hardly talked to anyone because I felt that. And it was more, I didn't want to get anyone sick. And then I disappeared for 2 days because I found out that I had walking pneumonia. And here's the loser I am, Rick. I made special hats for you. They said RC 500. I was so proud to have these. You weren't even in it. By the time I got to the tournament, you were no longer part of the tournament.
Yeah, that's, I do that too often. Yeah.
No, I don't mean it that way. I'm just like, and then I had this wonderful idea. I'm going to get Rick to sign all these hats, and we're going to give them away to our fine viewers. Somebody stole the hats, Rick. I'm still in search of the hats. Somebody stole the hats from the Bassmaster media trailer. There's a dozen hats. If you see anyone wearing a hat that says RC 500 on the side, let me know. Because somebody,
you probably see them online someplace if you look hard enough.
Well, I'll be looking, but I will be looking forward to doing this again next month. I'll see you in a few days at the next event, and
looking forward to it.
Clunn-Day is one of my favorite days.
Yeah, no, I do listen to you when you're talking more than you think I do, even in the mornings. Yeah, I remember how upset you were at the microphone that kept cutting out on you the first morning at Wheeler.
I wasn't upset. I'm just like, don't we check? Like, how does this happen? It's Bass.
Yeah.
And it bugs me because I'm like, there's things going on. And here's what bugs me about that. I don't honestly, give me a megaphone. I'll do it old school like Ray Scott, and I'd be very happy. I feel like that there's a handful of people that show up at all those things every morning. And I'm like, that dude came here. He deserves to hear intros. He deserves to hear, you know what I mean? Like I want us all to.
Yeah. Like you said, it was strange that every Canadian that came by, it worked.
Yeah, it was. It was that, huh? It didn't work for anybody. And then Gussie goes through it. I'm like, oh, great. Now everybody's going to think that I was, trust me. It would have worked for you if I could have controlled it.
Yeah, no.
All right. Thank you very much. The one and only.
Same here, Dave. Same here.
Thank you. Maybe I'm biased. Maybe I'm biased. I will admit that. But if you ask me, I think these Rick Clunn segments are getting even better. Clunn-Day, just when you think it can't get better. I mean, did we literally broach the topic of getting hammered with Rick Clunn on the podcast? Mark that down as conversations I never thought I would have. And I thank you for opening up and being as cool to deal with as you are, Rick Clunn. Another guy that opens up, and we talk about things that I never imagined I'd talk to him about, and things that, well, don't go anywhere. You'll want to hear what he's got to say. The one and only Takumi Ito. Takumi, you're always one of my favorite people to talk to. You're always happy. How are you today?
Yes, very, very good. Very, very good.
This season, a little tougher on you this year.
Yes.
Why?
Yeah. I'm not sure that, but pretty hard. I think the Bassmaster Elite is a Bassmaster Elite level. It's higher every year, I think. So many very good Bassmaster Elite rookie, and many people is very good fisherman. So many skill is up. So I think so every year it's a more level. Bassmaster level is higher. So I have to more level up. I have to catch more bass, I think. Yeah.
You have some events coming. I think Smith will be good for you. Yes, and I think Champlain and, of course, Thousand Islands, they're all Takumi fisheries.
Yeah. I like Smith Lake and Champlain and the Central Lawrence River. So hopefully 3 tournament and the top 10 and make the classic. So I hope.
I hope so too, because I like having you at the classic.
Oh yeah. Every year the classic, that's awesome. So I already fish in offshore, but I think I have to fish in the shallow, and I have to run to more power fishing. So yeah.
Are you how are you still having as much fun as when you first started?
What do you mean?
Are you having as much fun? Is it still as much fun for you on the Elite Series?
Yes. Very fun because so I love US. I love US tournament, and I love Bassmaster a lot. So still tough tournament, but very good for me. Always happy, always fun, always concentrated tournament. Yeah, so it's so good for me.
I've never seen you not happy. Do you ever get grumpy, angry ever?
Ah, not so much, not so much, because I stay in US always happy because I love US, so USA always. So every day is very happy for me. Yeah, so
Do you think someday you will move to the US full time, live here
oh
always?
yeah, oh yeah. I hope, but pretty tough with so move in the US because like a green card, many so problem. I think so. I have a visa. The visa is easy to uh, fish in US, but so now that I cannot stay whole. So 10 years, 20 years, I cannot stay in US. So, but it's so fun. It's so good for me.
You always say that you love the US.
Mm-hmm.
What do you love so much about the like you loved the US before you even came to the US?
Yeah.
What do you love so much about the United States of America?
So because first things, American vehicle is a very cool face. Like a Chevy is like a full right, and the center is like a Chevy mark. Very cool, very cool. So 10 years ago, I bought a Chevy Suburban, Chevy Tahoe in Japan.
Yeah.
It's too big in Japan. So the
Doesn't fit.
road is narrow, but I love US vehicles, so I bought.
Yes. You don't like US barbers though. Me and you talked about that. You
Yeah.
don't like getting your hair cut in America, do you?
Yeah, so I'm no good. Yeah, so I tried to couple time, but one time my hair is square, so I'm very sad. So my hair is square now. So I always barber is go back Japan and cut it.
Yes. Did your family get to stay here for
Mhm.
an extended period of time this year? Like, how long was your family in America?
Uh, So my family came Bassmaster Classic 2 weeks and go back Japan now. But July and Northern tournament, Northern Swing. So my family come back US, and we travel together in the Champlain and the New York. So it's happy, very
Nice.
happy. Yes.
Nice. Well, then you're going to catch them for sure with your family there.
Yeah. I have to do. And my son wanna catch a smallmouth, so he say he very. So he say, so I want to catch a big smallmouth. So I think that we go to the Lake Ontario in the after the tournament. Yeah, and I think that I want to go to the Oneida, some smallmouth area, and my son wanna catch a smallmouth.
How old is he now?
9 years old.
Wow. When I met him first, he was just a little boy. Now 9 already. Holy.
Yeah. I think they first met 5 and 4 years old. I think.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
My family, my son love Dave. Always. Yeah.
I love your son. He's a lot of fun. He's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Does he remind you, now that he's getting older, now he's 9, does he remind you of you when you were 9 years old?
What do you mean, remind?
When you think back to you when you were 9 years old, when you were a little kid, does your son act like you?
Yeah. So 9 years old, I think that I start bass fishing, and every week I went carp fishing. I think carp fishing, but I don't have a good very like a Stella expensive reel. I don't have a expensive rod, but my son always use a Stella. And so
very spoiled.
Big different. Yeah, my fishing pole, my fishing reel he using, so very different.
Very lucky.
Yeah, he is very lucky.
Tell me about this. Your dream was to come fish here in tournaments, but when you grew up in Japan, everybody thinks you fished a lot of tournaments. You didn't fish a lot of tournaments, did you, in Japan before you came to America?
Yes. So I'm no try to tournaments in Japan. Taku is a media professional. Always TV, YouTube, and Taku is funny guy. Everyone watching so happy. Just a media professional. I'm no tournament fisherman.
You're very good at it. It didn't take you long to figure out how to do it.
Yeah. So I don't know why, but I learned to tournament fishing in US almost all. Yeah. So many competitor fishing every people the same hour, and I have to get a big bag. I always learned almost all elite series first year, second year. I learned how to do that.
Wow.
Yeah.
You like being a funny guy, don't you?
Yeah, I like funny guy. Yeah, but every elite pro is first years I always fishing so fun fishing, but many elite pro is very nervous fishing concentrate. Oh, this is the elite series tournament, so I learned to now I concentrate fishing very hard.
It's amazing what you've done, communication, your ability to speak, and when you're on stage, you're one of the most popular guys.
Oh yeah. So I'm very happy so I can speak English now. So because the first years I couldn't speak English, second years the same. Always my wife talk to English. My wife is very good, yeah. But now, so I like talking. Many people that talking, fishing with me, and I learn to many so language now. So I can speak English a little bit.
Who on the Elite Series, what other angler do you think helped you learn English the most?
Oh, yes. So my always I fishing with the Jordan Lee. Yeah, Jordan Lee is a very we fishing with me I'm fishing with Jordan a lot, and I learned to English, but Jordan's English a little bit hard, so so little bit Alabama English is sometimes hard to understand, but Jordan very slow talking, so that I can understand it. So I always learn to know so Jordan's English.
So slower talking is better for you to understand.
I like that. I like that.
So Jordan taught you how to talk in English. Lee Livesey, he taught you how to to drink beer.
Yes. So, Lee drink a beer very hard. Jordan Lee drink the beer. I cannot understand everything.
So when they drink, it's harder.
Yeah, drink it's very hard. But Taku drink English, so I cannot understand English, but I talk. So I think that I cannot understand English, but I'm happy. It's drinking the beer, and I can talk to. I think, but it's hard.
You shotgunned a beer with Lee. Do you remember?
Yeah, I remember that. So Taku's very. I love alcohol.
You love?
So yeah, so before in Japan, I drinking every day. But I try to the U.S. tournament now, so I'm not so much drinking beer, drinking alcohol. But Ribashi, Caleb Samuro coming here, I get a shotgun beer.
What was that? The first time you shotgun a beer?
Yeah. First time. So first time I couldn't understand the shotgun beer. So everyone says shakana beer. So what is shakana beer? But so Lee tried that. So Caleb several tried that. So I understand shotgun beer. So I would do that. I do that.
You have a lot of friends on the Elite Series. A lot of friends?
Yeah, I have a lot of friends. So Austin Felix, Wes Rogan, Justin Atkins, many good friends, and Matty Wong. I I like I like you so Bassmaster Elite friends, but Austin's English is hard too. So Austin's looks like a sleepy English. So
Very sleepy.
yeah, it's hard to understand. Yeah,
Very sleepy. Austin is very sleepy.
yeah, sleepy English is hard for me.
Other than your family, what do you miss most about Japan?
So because so most me said my daughter,
Yes.
2 years old, so she grow up very fast now. She talk a lot, so hello, good morning. So she say a lot, but I met my daughter. It's very quickly grow up. So it's hard, very hard for me. I want to meet many times,
Yes.
but it's hard.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's very hard to be away from your family. Is there anything else in Japan that you miss other than your family? Outside your family?
Yeah, so I want to eat rice.
Rice?
Rice and udon, udon, ramen.
Yeah.
Yeah, noodle. I want to eat.
It's not the same in America?
Yeah, sushi too. So American sushi is all fake sushi. Fake.
Yeah,
very, very fake. I love US sushi a lot, but everything is fake. No,
so,
this is not sushi.
How is Japanese sushi different?
Sushi is a roll and fish on it, and no crunchy, no mayonnaise, no white sauce, no avocado. So no dragon roll, no spider roll, no volcano roll. Everything different.
Okay.
Yeah, but I love it. I love so volcano roll, spider roll. Yeah, it's different.
You are very good at communicating, very good at talking, but there's another Japanese angler I deal with. Kyoya? No talking.
Yeah. Kyoya is a very Kyoya. We speak English. We speak Japanese.
Uh-huh.
Taku speaks Japanese. Koya speaks Japanese. But we cannot communicate
Why?
a lot. So I'm not sure that, but it's so funny story. I think that I'm a 37 years old.
Yes.
He's a 26. I think 20 years old, 30 years old, so 40 years old, all different looks like feeling, I think.
Yes.
Yeah. So he fishing very hard. He fishing so pre-practice hard, tournament hard, but not so much communicate. But he's good guy, but I think that we need to talk, we need to communicate more. So if we communicate more, I can understand his thinking. So he's good guy, but so
But
it's hard. It's hard.
it's hard. So
Yeah.
good guy, but maybe not a good guy.
Good guy, but no talking. No talking. I think he go back Japan. He stay house all months or 2 months, 3 months. I think he just stay house. I think.
Do you think he doesn't want to talk because he likes to keep secrets?
Yeah, he have many secret. Yeah. But he just a calm guy. I think, not a Taku.
Just calm.
Yeah, I think. Taku is funny always, so talk a lot, so every time smile, but Koya is no smile, calm, secret boy.
Secret boy.
Yeah, secret boy. He don't wanna show his phone, his toothbrush, like a shampoo, conditioner, and body soap. He don't wanna show everything.
Nothing.
All secret.
Always secrets.
Yes.
Do you know any of his secrets?
I'm not sure, but he love just water, like Dasani, Dasani.
Dasani water.
Yeah,
he loves it.
He loves Dasani. Yeah,
that's what he loves.
Yeah, he no drinking anything, just Dasani.
Just Dasani.
Yeah.
Why? He thinks it's the best.
I'm not sure that, but he always choice this one on this one. So Taku, do you wanna eat my breakfast? No, thank you. So he always focus. Drink is Dasani, breakfast is this one only.
Wow. I met his sister at the Classic.
Oh yes,
she speaks very good English.
Yeah, sister is looks like me. So
yes,
it's smile, it's funny. Yeah, she looks like me, but I don't know why Koya is a very calm. Yeah, and concentrate fishing. He's good guy, but concentrate.
If you had to compare him to an American Elite Series angler, another angler, who is he like?
What do you mean?
If you had to compare him, like he is similar to an elite, like how does he behave like another American Elite Series angler? Who would you say?
It's hard. I think Jay Securat.
Jay Securat. No.
Yeah, Jay Securat, Koya. I think so. If talk a lot, make a good friend. I think.
Yes.
Yeah. So looks like same like I think same young guy. It's a very good fisherman. It's a very similar. I think.
He fished many tournaments before coming to America, right? He did very well in Japan.
Yeah. Yes. He always try to the tournament, and he always won. This tournament, win. This tournament, win. So it's very good fisherman. Professional live scope fisherman.
Professional live scope.
Yeah.
if he's a professional live scope fisherman, how much of your game for you is live scope? How important is live scope the way you fish? For you?
Me?
Yes, for you, live scope is very important.
Yeah, I'm very important. So this years I'm not used very well. So first tournament, second tournament, I use the live scope a lot. But so every people the focus on live scope now. So Lake Morris, I'm not live scope, not really, and Lake Wheeler too. So not so much using, but I love live scope fishing, and I always focus live scope fishing.
Are you still cooking scents, making your scents?
Yeah. Yes, this year the start. Yesterday I start put on the bait.
Yesterday.
Yesterday, and smallmouth tournament is July,
Yes.
and 1 month put on liquid my secret bait, and start growing.
The bait grows.
Yeah, a little bit fat.
This is important.
Yeah, very important because so the fat and the bait throwing and the many scent, so flare. It's very important smallmouth fishing.
Is scent the most important thing for smallmouth bass?
I think the most important is action. And the second is a scent. I think the scent is very important.
Very important.
Yeah, very.
Your action because of the clear water. Is that why the action's so important?
Yes. Always smallmouth looking a bait, very carefully looking a bait, and scent and actions, eat or no eat, no bite. Always thinking. Smallmouth is pretty smart, I think.
Yeah.
Very smart. I think always thinking a lot. So Taku's bait very juicy, like a sushi bait, and blueberry flavor on it. So smallmouth bite it.
Why do they like blueberry?
I'm not sure that, but I love blueberry flavor because take the bait and usually last year 2 years ago very so smelly, no good tasty flavors. I don't like messy. I don't like no good smell. But last year I tried the blueberry flavor on it. So if so touch a bait, very good flavor. And the fishing sometimes so hand the blueberry flavor. It's very good for fishing.
How many days? Not tournaments, but the weeks in between. How many days are you fishing? Like how many days when you're here are you actually fishing? Like on the water?
Yeah, almost all every day. Every day.
Every day?
Yes.
Because you fish today?
Today is fixing a boat. But
okay.
tomorrow morning I start fishing a spotted bass, and I learn to and I practice in the Smith Lake.
Okay.
Yeah, and after the Smith Lake tournament, I go to the Champlain and pre-practice every day. So,
has Jordan shown you any secrets for Smith Lake? Is Jordan Lee showing you any Smith Lake secrets?
No, so Jordan always say, so I don't have a secret bait. Jordan is a totally professional tournament fisherman, I think. So its skill is very good. He say he don't have a secret bait.
No,
I have many secret bait, but he don't have. He say I don't have many secret bait.
Do you think he's telling the truth?
I think true. Yeah. So I think true. He say truth. Yeah, I think. Yeah, always he's a truth fisherman.
Okay.
Yeah, I love it.
So Do you have any hobbies outside of fishing? Nothing. You can't fish. You can't go fishing.
Mm-hmm.
What do you do for a good time?
I love. I wanna. I always like a bicycle.
Bicycle.
Yeah, like a American motorcycle.
Motorcycle.
Yeah. So I have a motorcycle. It looks like Harley, but Yamaha. It's a yeah.
Come on. Where is it? In America or Japan?
No, Japan.
So you drive a big bike?
Yeah. Looks like American. Yeah, looks like American. 400cc. It's not so big. Yeah, but I love.
Can you send me a picture of you on that bike?
Yeah. Now, my motorcycle is a fix everything because 90 years old, 20 years old, 21 years old, I drive in every day and a motorcycle and now all broken and now I fix everything and September I try to get bicycle again. I will send a text. Taku is looks like a mafia.
Like mafia?
Yeah, so looks like young mafia. It's photo.
Leather jacket?
No. Just
what do you wear? What do you wear when you go out in the motorcycle?
Just tank top.
Tank top.
Tank top and like a sandal, short pants, and looks like a sun and looks like black and driving.
Wow.
Taku, many motorcycle friends. I have so young, 19, 20, 21 years old. Always put on a fishing pole and everywhere. And the carp fishing, bass fishing.
You go together, a group of you, a bunch of people on bikes.
Yes. Everyone same bicycle. Looks like American.
So you're like a bike gang.
Yeah. It looks like gang, but so funny face, but looks like gang.
But friendly gang.
Yeah, friendly gang. Yeah, friendly bicycle gang.
Does all your motorcycle friends, do they all fish?
Yeah, every friend the fishing. Yes.
So when you were an influencer before you were tournament fisherman, were you driving the motorcycle then?
Yeah, and so it looks like 2-piece and not a whole piece fishing pole, not a 2-piece fishing pole. Put on my motorcycle and yeah. Yeah.
I never knew this about you.
Yeah, Taku have many hobby. Taku have many things. So.
What other things? Tell me more. What we want to learn about you.
So I like vehicle a lot. Yeah. So first time I bought a Lincoln Navigator. You know. Yeah.
In Japan.
Yeah, 24 years old.
Wow.
Only $2,000. That's very old.
Oh, very old.
Yeah, very old. And I bought a $2,000 and Lincoln Navigator. But I love Lincoln Navigator a lot. But half months, I think 7 months, and broke the engine and burn it. And I lost Lincoln. So hopefully, couple years later, I want to buy the Lincoln Navigator. Yeah, I love.
You like big American things.
Yes. So Japanese road narrow, but I love big American vehicle. I love a lot.
What is your favorite movie?
I like Alien.
Alien?
Yeah.
Don't you find it scary?
Yes, I don't like a ghost. I don't like alien, but I don't like so very scary animal. But I like aliens movie. Yeah, I always watching so like Japan to Atlanta flight 13 hour. I always watching a SF movie.
Alien versus Predator?
Yeah, I like to, I like so Alien versus Predator. Always I watching and scary.
You know who
So,
else likes that? Greg Hackney likes that.
oh really? Greg Hackney?
Yeah, very much.
Greg Hackney looks like scary. Yeah. So I think it's so Greg Hackney and Taku is the same so hobby. I think. Yeah. Taku is funny, but the same movie love it, I think.
Yeah. Why does he look scary?
So, but sorry, I don't know. I don't know how. What do you mean scary? So,
You said that Greg Hackney looks scary.
no, serious.
Serious, yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, looks like serious. So, Taku always smile, but Greg Hackney always so serious.
Very
Yeah.
serious.
But 10 years old, Taku is 10 years old, 11 years old, 12 years old. Every time I watching Greg Hackney's movie, always he's the top 10, and I look in TV, and Greg Hackney is catching up many bars, and I knew, so 10 years, 11 years, 12 years, so already I knew Greg Hackney is very good fisherman, so now, so fishing with the Bassmaster Elite, and Greg Hackney, and Taku, it's very proud, so I'm very happy.
Do you remember when he set the hook and said Godzilla has nothing on me? You remember he said that? Greg Hackney said that very famous line in fishing. He said he caught a big bass and he said,
Yeah.
Godzilla has nothing on me.
Wow, yeah, looks like Godzilla, so yeah. So I love watching his fishing so techniques. Looks like shallow fishing and powerful hook set and so big fish and flip.
Always
I love watching him. Yeah,
a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Do you believe in real life, not movies? Do you believe in aliens? Do you think there's UFOs in the sky?
Yeah. So I believe, but very scary. So I don't wanna meet alien, but I think the alien is somewhere. Yeah. So I think that I saw the 2 times and so like a big and like a clear and very looks like alien. I saw that in Japan.
In Japan, you saw it.
Yeah.
When?
So suddenly big wind coming and so tree and grab looks like clear and very big creature.
A very big creature.
Yeah, I saw that, but this creature is away, so fly away. I think that 26 years old. I saw that.
Wow.
Yeah, very.
Only once you saw?
Yeah, but I think one time is 100% looks like alien.
What did you do? You-
Just looking. So tree is blowing, so very fast. It's a big so creature, but looks like clear. I can see, but very looks like predator. Predator is sometimes shadow.
Yes.
Yeah, so I
What-
saw that.
When you saw that, were you drinking?
No, Taku and my son walking my cross the river. I walking, and this is a alien, but my son don't understand.
When you go back to Japan,
Mhm.
are you very famous? Do people know you?
Yes. So because Taku before the media influencer. So Taku, everyone know that. Oh, Taku is a funny guy. Everyone say that.
You never fished tournaments in Japan before you fished in America, but in the last year or so, you won the Bassmaster Classic, right?
Yeah, yes. So I'm
A
not
Japanese
really
event.
yeah, Japanese looks like a Japanese Bassmaster Classic. I
How
won.
that must have been a very special feeling.
Yeah. So I think that I started watching at 16 years old. So Bassa All Star Classic. I always visit this tournament. Looks like a Bassmaster Classic in the Japan. So I always looking and I want to fish the classic and last year I won. Yeah, that's awesome things. Big. So I love Bassa All Star Classic and I won last year.
Did you cry?
Ah, not so much, but it's happy. That it's happy. Yeah.
What?
My wife cried.
Yes.
Yeah.
Did you lift the trophy?
Oh yeah. So because of very light, only 2 pound.
Oh, not like
Easy.
Bassmaster Trophy.
Not like Bassmaster. Yeah. No.
I look at you every day in my office. Look.
Oh,
Every
that's
day.
awesome! Yeah, Bassa magazine and Taku and Dave in the cover on Bassa. Yes. It's a Taku time.
Taku time.
Yeah.
I look at
So,
that. I look at you every day.
oh yeah, I'm happy.
When you win the next one, will you be able to hold it by yourself?
Yeah. Now I'm very so powerful because I eat steak every day and I walk out. So hopefully I can do that. So
How do you work out? What do you do?
I like looks like tun.
Skipping rope?
Yeah. This one. Huh? I forget my vehicle, but every day, yeah, jumping.
Jump rope.
Yeah. Jump rope, and I always so looks like 1, 2.
Sit ups.
Yes.
To stay in shape.
Yeah. It's very important. So influencer is very sharp, very important.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very important. What your dream is still to win the Bassmaster Classic, I imagine?
Yes. Bassmaster Classic win my big dream. If I win the Bassmaster Classic, I retire the American tournament.
Retire. Done.
Yes, done.
Really?
Yes.
Why?
And I think that I live in mountains. Looks like Taku only house, and I looks make rice.
In Japan.
I think or US. I make a rice. I make a vegetable and eat. Yeah, looks like so nature. I love it.
You love nature.
Yeah.
What is your favorite lake in America?
Oh, yeah, Smith Lake. It's very so my favorite. I think the most I love Smith Lake.
Really?
Yeah,
Why?
yeah. Not so big and deep water and no so high wave and many bars. I love it.
So this is going to be a very good tournament for you.
Yeah, hopefully. So I first time 2019 I fished in open the Smith Lake.
Yeah.
The one time. So I love I love the Smith Lake a lot. So I wanna live very close to Smith Lake. I sometimes I watch in the house how much is it? But very expensive. Swiss
Very.
lake house, very expensive. Oh no, I couldn't buy, so I cannot buy.
Do you own a house in Japan?
Yeah, I have a little house, only two vehicle. It's full. It's a parking, and so very small house. But Japan is everything small. Yeah.
What? So, because so many people, right?
Yeah, bunch people. So and I have a big garage in my dad property.
Okay.
Yeah, and I put on my skier and my snowboard and yeah, my fishing tackle. I just a big garage I put on.
Very nice. Very
Yeah.
nice. What is your favorite song?
Ah, I like hip hop
Hip hop.
music. I like yeah. I think that so I start hip hop with 18 years old, 19 years old. I think. Yeah, it's
So, like, what song? What hip hop song?
yeah. I like Snoop Dogg.
Snoop,
Yeah,
the
Snoop
D-O-double
Dogg.
G.
Yeah, yes. I always so yeah. No, the student. Yeah, college and I so singing. Yeah, I always put. Yeah, I
Listening.
love. Yeah.
Me and you can go to a Snoop Dogg concert together.
Wow.
Yeah. Would
Yes,
you
I
go?
want to go. I want to go.
Many people smoking.
Oh, I don't like smoke. I don't like smoke. I don't like smoke.
No.
Mm,
No.
mm.
Especially funny smoke.
Yeah,
No
yeah,
funny
yeah, yeah.
smoke.
Yeah, I have never smoked.
Ever.
Never.
Are you telling me the truth?
Yes. I
Of
have
course.
never. Yeah. You smoke? Smoking?
It's not
No.
about me. This isn't about
Oh.
me. We're talking about
Mm.
you today, okay?
Yeah. Gotcha. I never smoke.
Kenta
Kenta.
smokes very much.
Yeah, smoke, Red Bull, coffee, and the pee. Everything. Yeah, smoke, Red Bull, coffee, and the very.
Shocking how
Yeah.
many Red Bulls. Does he really drink that many Red Bulls?
Yeah, 7, 8 every day. Oh man, so and so I think that 2 years ago, so smoking, Red Bull, coffee, and alcohol.
He likes alcohol.
Yeah, but now I think that smoking, Red Bull, coffee, just like that. No alcohol. I think.
No alcohol. Okay.
I think change.
When you used to like to drink alcohol, you said you used to drink every day when you lived in Japan. What kind of alcohol did you drink?
I like Japanese beer, but now I love Modelo.
Modelo.
Yeah, and Bush, right?
Bush
And
Light.
yeah, very good. I like that.
Those are
Yeah,
good
my
ones.
favorite.
Those are good ones.
Yeah, I love it.
But you don't drink very much. How often do you have a drink?
If Taku only, no drinking, but Lee Livasi coming, Karab Sabro coming, drinking a lot. Yeah.
They make you.
Yes. Hey Taku, get a beer. I get it. Yeah, I love drinking. Yeah. If Lee coming, Karab coming, I drinking a lot.
So are they bad influences on Taku?
Hmm?
Are they bad news because they make you drink?
Mm-hmm.
Not a good
No,
influence on you?
No, I love. So I drinking a beer, more happy people.
Yes, people are very happy.
More happy, yeah. Super happy people, yeah.
A lot of happy people at those Snoop Dogg concerts too.
Oh, yeah. So if I So so drinking beer, Snoop Dogg. I tried to smoking first time.
Come
Yeah, I tried.
on.
Yeah, I tried.
No.
I really so I have never, but I tried that.
With Snoop, you have to.
Oh man.
Oh, you tell me too many things, Takumi.
Mhm.
You tell me all your stories. You tell me everything. You're too
Yes,
honest.
yes. So I'm honest. I'm not right. So
No.
yeah,
Never
yeah,
lie. You never
yeah.
lie. You always tell me the truth. Unless on stage, sometimes you don't want to tell me things. Like if I
But
say, how are you catching them? You won't tell me on stage.
yeah, yeah. So small mass, I have many Japanese bait. A lot. 10, 15, 16, 17, many Japanese bait. So I want to tell about the too much bait and the very messy. So, but top 10 bait, I show that.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
looks like a crappie, so powder, like a fry. Yeah, powder bait. Yeah.
Do you still write Craig Lamb, who does the top 10 baits? Do you still write him notes? He's
Yes,
showing me
yes.
some of your notes on the baits.
Yeah. So first tournament, so 2019 started right, and now still I writing. Yeah, very easy.
It's very cool, though. He has them all. I think he collects them.
Yes. I have one. So first tournament 2019 Toledo event. I'm second place, and Craig give me Taku's writing a paper and put on the garage now.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
The garage in Japan or where you stay here in America?
America. Yeah, American garage and put on my top 10 bait.
Very cool.
Yes.
Do you still believe that smallmouth speak Japanese?
Yeah, a lot. So Taku know everything, smallmouth techniques. So I have many techniques, smallmouth, because I every day. So July start fishing, smallmouth fishing. I everyday fishing, every day catch a smallmouth. So I have many techniques. So if I retire Bassmaster Elite Series, I show everything.
Everything.
Yes, everything. I can show everything, many techniques. Yeah.
If you retired, when you retire one day,
Mhm.
what will you do?
Uh, Taku start na farm people.
Farming.
Yeah.
What will you farm?
I'm not sure that, but I will try to the farm vegetable and the rice.
No TV show for you?
But sometimes TV show because I love TV show a lot. I fish a lot, but I try to start farming, and sometimes so motorcycle. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah.
Do you like dancing?
Yeah. I'm not really. I'm not. Uh, I don't so dancing, but I can do that. I think if getting a beer, I can do that easy. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Do you know who loves to dance?
What do you mean?
Two people that love to dance on the Elite Series. Two people.
Oh, really?
Brandon Polinick loves to
Oh,
dance.
yes.
And guess the other one. Davey Height.
Really?
Davey Height loves to dance. Could you imagine?
I I cannot imagine.
They both love it. Love to dance.
Wow. Brandon love dancing.
Loves
Baby.
it.
Wow. I wanna see that.
Yeah, you go to a nightclub with him, he's dancing the whole time.
Oh man.
Me, I'm drinking,
Yeah.
he's dancing the
Wow.
whole time. Yeah, he loves to dance. So
Wow.
same as Davey. At Kevin Van Dam had a retirement party a couple of weeks ago, and we were
Yeah.
we were there.
Yeah.
Davey Height and 48 different women were dancing. All of them. Just Davey's the only man out there. A lot of women.
Wow, I
Very
want to go.
yeah.
Yeah. I want to try the dancing.
You want to try that?
Yeah.
I would like you and Davey and Brandon to go dancing together. If I can make that happen, will you do that?
Yes. I think I can do that. Yeah. I want to try that.
Are you going to iCast?
Yes.
Maybe we'll go dancing one night there.
All right. Yes. I want to go to the dancing. Yeah. Let's go to the dancing party.
Okay, we will go. We will go to a dancing party of some type.
Yes.
I will bring you dancing. We'll go somewhere.
Thank you very much.
iCast very busy for you?
I have never
been.
Yes. First time, first season, first year.
Oh, so are you excited?
Yeah, I'm excited. Yeah.
Japanese trade shows are very busy. When I see pictures, so many people.
Gotcha. Wow.
No. I mean, in Japan, when you do trade shows in Japan, those shows are very, very busy, right?
Busy. Taku. People. It's hard. So every hour. So whole time talking. Yeah, and talk show, something very busy. But I think iCast is not so much.
Not as busy, no.
Wow.
But lots of talking. But it's only people who work in the sport. There's no like big crowds.
Okay. Yes. Gotcha.
You what else we got here, Taku? Let's go figure something else. I'm learning so much about you. I'm learning so much. I like to learn about you.
Yes, thank you.
If we go to Japan, will you take me dancing?
Yeah.
No.
I will. We will go to the Japanese sushi house.
Sushi house.
Yeah, the real sushi. Yeah.
Will I like? Is it good?
Yeah, I think you like it. So we go to the real sushi house.
Okay.
Yeah, and the fishing shop. Many awesome stuff. Yes.
I've seen pictures.
Yeah.
You went and stayed with Mark Zona for a week. You went and stayed with Z Train, Mark Zona.
Yeah. Last year I stayed.
What did you learn from Zona?
Oh yes, I learned a lot. So power fishing like a football and like drop shots. So I learned many things. So Zona is a very good fisherman.
Yes, very good.
So morning fishing and afternoon fishing and the evening and he have a pontoon boat and fishing and the night sleep and the morning fishing. Every time fishing. That's awesome. I love Zona house. I want to stay in a Zona house. And Zona's Karen make Zona's wife.
Karen?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, Karen make a cookie. I love cookie. So Karen make a cookie. So I love hot cookie and I eat.
Yes.
Breakfast, lunch, eat a lot.
Did you have any steak at Zona's house?
Yes.
Every day.
Yes. Every day. I love it. Very so fat and so delicious. I love steak a lot.
Yes. So does Zona.
Yes.
Very much.
So Japanese steak, very thin. And
not Zona's.
No good. No Zona. But American steak like a Zona.
It's like Zona.
Yeah. I like that.
I think we're going to get in trouble for this podcast. Do you think?
Oh, really? Wow. No trouble. I don't like trouble.
You ever been in trouble?
No.
No trouble.
No
No
trouble.
trouble. Only
Yeah.
only happiness, right?
Yeah, happiness. Yes.
What outside of fishing, what is your goal in life?
Mm-hmm.
Happiness? Outside
Yeah.
outside of winning the Bassmaster Classic, what's your goal
Mhm.
in life? Like when you talk to your son, what do you
Mhm.
tell him his dream should be?
So looks like so talk to my son.
Yeah, no, what do you think? What is your dream outside of fishing? What is your dream in life?
What do you mean outside fishing?
Like no fishing, not including. I know you
Ah,
dream to win the Bassmaster Classic, but other than
no.
that, what is your dream?
If no tournament, no fishing. So my
Yes,
dream. So I want to walk the the killer bee nest hunting.
killer bee nest hunting.
Yeah, yeah. So I want to walk killer bee nest hunting. Yeah.
Why?
So because killer bee is a very big and dangerous and looks very cool and a big nest. I want to hunting the killer bee nest. So if no professional angler, no job, I want to work the killer bee nest hunting job.
That seems crazy to me.
Yo, really? So I love that. I want to try.
Why do you love it?
So Taku is 10 years, 11, 12 years always. So killer bee nest and shooting the model gun.
What?
So so I always shooting so like a kid's gun.
Water gun.
Yeah, it looks like a water gun,
Yes,
kid's
yes.
gun. Yeah, so and sometimes so coming killer bees come in my arm body and I always escape. So
How big are the killer bees?
huge looks like that. Looks like that.
Come
Yeah.
on.
So very dangerous. So I always put on the many so vegetation and the body and slowly coming and shoot and hiding.
So it's as big as this, a bee?
Yeah, a bee is looks like that, but nest is looks like that.
Okay. But the
Yeah,
bee is still very big.
yeah, looks like that. It's a killer bee.
There's
Dangerous.
there's none in America, right?
No, but Japan is everywhere,
Everywhere.
everywhere. So I looks like a hopper put on a tree, and the bee coming, and I put on a pink ribbon, and the bee, killer bees fly, and I chase in the pink ribbon's killer bee, and I found a nest.
Wow. That sounds crazy to me.
Yeah, Taku is crazy. Yeah,
Ugh.
Taku wanna do that. So killer bee nest, and yeah. If no professional fisherman, I want to walk killer bee nest hunter.
I'm glad I'm glad you're a professional fisherman. Because I don't if a killer bee stings you, do you
Mhm.
get sick?
Yeah, very. Looks like a big ball right there.
Wow.
And sleep in a couple days. Very dangerous.
What if you get stung by two or three? Can
Hmm?
you die? Can you die from
Some
them?
people, yeah. 5, 6, and they die. It's dangerous. Some people, the second time, they die.
Wow.
Yeah, very dangerous.
That's
But I like it. So looks like so Taku versus killer bee. It's very yeah.
Do you like other scary things? Like, do you like snakes?
Yeah. I like snake. So I cannot touch him, but I always snake. But so American people don't like snake.
No.
Everyone snake. But I like. So just watching it, I like snake. Yeah.
What are you scared of? What's your biggest fear?
My biggest enemy is, do you know, stink bug.
Stink bugs.
Yeah, I don't like it. If stink bug like here, I go out house. I don't like stink bug.
Why?
Form. It's like a form. It's like a square. Very bad for me. I don't like. And very stinky. I don't like. I love kirabi. I like snake, but I don't like stink bug.
What about alligators?
Alligator is. I like that. Yeah.
It makes no sense. You like killer bees, snakes, and alligators, but stink bug is too much.
Stink bug, no. So Alabama, it's a bunch stink bug. I
A
like
lot?
Alabama, but many stink bugs. So, oh no.
Wow.
Mm.
Who knew? Did you play any sports growing up? Any other sports other than fishing?
I'm not really. So I fish always. I concentrate fishing, but ping pong a little bit.
Okay, ping pong.
Yeah, but I always focus on fishing, ping pong play, but I want to play fish. I want fishing. So all sports, retire, and focus fishing.
Okay. All right. I'm going to ask you, I'm going to give you Elite Series anglers' names,
Mm-hmm.
and I want you to tell me something about them.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to give you a name of an Elite Series angler, and I want you to tell me something about them, like what you think of them, if they're your friend.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So we'll start with an easy one. Easy one.
Easy one.
Brandon Polinick.
Oh, Brandon Polinick looks like a model. So very
like a model.
Shape. Yeah. So and very cool, many fun, and so many. I think the many American people love to watch him because looks so truly professional.
Yes.
Bass fisherman. Yes.
What about Gerald Swindle?
Oh, Gerald Swindle is So I think looks like a Taku's professional. Looks like so it's fun watching to fun.
Yeah.
So and the talk it's very good and many fun. So Gerald Swindle have a lot of fun. So I talked to many American people and everyone say, "Oh, Gerald Swindle is very awesome guy." So everyone love Gerald Swindle, but so his English very hard to understand.
Why? Why is it so hard?
Like so it's so fast and so very similar to West Logan's English.
Yes, similar.
Yes.
Alabama English.
Yeah, it's hard.
Okay. How about Jason Christie?
Oh, Jason Christie is 100% basketball professional player.
Yes, very good.
I always saw him professional basketball player. So looks like professional basketball player, but the fishing is very cool. And so my Jason Christie and Wes Logan, very cool basketball professional fisherman, I think. Wes Logan too. He looks so half pounds and but he's a little bit short, but looks so professional basketball fisherman. Yeah.
What about Seth Feider?
So Seth Feider is so Seth Feider always so looks so smoking and yeah, very many fun and so it's fun to watch and very so Seth Feider and Matt Robertson and so it's so good for tag.
Yeah.
Looks like so gang but very so fun to watch.
Fun to watch.
Yeah.
Okay. How about Davy Height?
Davy Hyde is I love Davy Hyde because Davy is he won classic and
Yes.
he won many times the Bassmaster Elite. So I always watching him. And Taku is a young guy. So and now he's a Bassmaster, working the Bassmaster and talking. So looking. I always so watching him, the young guy. So Davy Hyde and so many Greg Hackney, same, and Steve Kennedy's.
Yes.
Every so veteran angler I watching, I love it. I love so him a lot.
Carl Jacobson.
Oh, Carl is looks so very similar in the Brandon Polonic.
Yes.
Very good so form and watching looks like so very professional and YouTube too very cool. So everyone, I think many fun. So Carl Jacobson have many fun and. I think Brandon Polonic, Carl Jacobson, many Japanese guy watching. So two anglers, I think.
Jeff Gustafson.
Gussie, Gussie, I talk a lot, Gussie, and he won the classic.
Yes.
Very happy, very happy. I want to win the Bassmaster Classic, but he got a classic trophy, so very happy. I'm very happy. Always focus on the tournament. Always so honest. I like him a lot.
What about Mike Iaconelli?
Canary is yes. So he always looks like fun to watch, but he always early morning start practice and the end so look so sunset and the practice down.
Yeah.
He practiced very hard, very. So Taku always sunrise fishing practice start and the sunset fishing end, but Iaconelli always fish so practice very hard.
Yes.
He have a many experience, but he very hard to practice. Always concentrate fishing.
Yes.
So I like that. Yeah. So
Okay.
Crack Vendrand and Mike Iaconelli practice very hard.
What about Rick Clunn?
Oh, Rick Klein is a legend.
Legend.
Big legend. Yes. My master Norio, he's before the Bassmaster Pro Angler. So Norio love Rick Klein a lot. So Taku is 20 years old, 21 years old. So he talk for the Rick Klein. I know Rick Klein a lot. So he's a big legend. Many Japanese guy know him.
Yes.
Many Japanese guy watching Rick Klein.
Yes.
So
yes.
So very legend. Big fisherman for me.
Very big. Okay, I got one more. This is going to be really hard. Dave Mercer.
Dave Mercer, I love so because Dave Mercer always so we Japanese guy cannot speak English very well, but Dave talk slowly and very easy to understand. It's very important for so foreign angler. So we can talk easy. It's because so Japanese angler, the foreign angler, some angler cannot speak English. It's very hard to stage on the stage.
Yes.
Always at the stage, very nervous. But they always care about Japanese angler. So we know that it's very happy. So and we will always we think. Thank you very much, Dave.
Well,
Yeah, I wanna fishing with you.
yes, yes. We
Yeah,
need to go
yeah,
fishing. We need to go
yes,
fishing.
yes,
This whenever you go up north, we got to find
yes, yes.
out.
Yeah, after the tournament, I want to fishing.
Are you going home right after St. Lawrence River, or are you staying for a bit?
Couple days stay.
Maybe then we
Yeah,
can do it.
yeah. I want to do that.
Okay.
Yeah,
I I only half jokingly said my name, but I'm thankful that you said what you said about on stage, because sometimes some people in comments think I talk to you guys too slow, but
mm-hmm.
it's to help you.
Yeah. Yeah, very slow. It's very so good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I enjoy our conversations.
Yes, me too. Very, very enjoyed.
I thank you for taking the time to do this. You got anything else you want to talk about?
Yeah. So this season is only the three tournament and the Smith Lake,
Uh-huh.
Champlain, Central West. So it's good three, hopefully good tournament, and I wanna make a classic. Hopefully, I wanna win the Central West River game.
Oh yes, in
Yeah,
Waddington again.
yeah,
You
Waddington. I love Waddington. Yeah,
It's a lot longer drive to the lake. Are you going to still
yeah,
go to the
yeah.
lake, you think?
Yeah, I want. I will. Only the three. I think a 2.5 hour fishing, but I want to go to the lake. It's hard to get a 5 fish, but I want to go.
I want to see you win one of these last few events. Why not just win Smith? Be done. Win Smith.
Smith,
Yeah.
yeah, Smith is very good for me, but I think everyone very good.
Yeah.
Now, yeah, so many elite pro is a very good live scope fisherman. So Taku, hopefully it's a good tournament, but I think a big difference to 2019. Yeah. 2019, I already use a live scope.
Yes.
Yeah, and I get the top 10 easily, but this year is, I think, very difficult.
Do you think, I want to ask you this, in Japan, there's a lot
Mm.
of people who want live scope no more, to ban live scope. You can't use it anymore. Do you ever
Yeah,
hear that in Japan?
not so much, but everyone, so not so many people use a live scope.
Oh,
Many,
okay.
yeah, so some people no use live scope, some people use live scope a lot. Yeah, but almost all same in the US. Almost all same. Some people don't like live scope, some people like, so very important to live scope. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like both. No live scope, I like that. Live scope fishing, I love that. So everything okay. Fun fishing, just a fun fishing, I'm no use live scope a lot.
You
But
don't?
tournament fish, Japan, no fish finder. Sometimes no fish finder, just a trolling motor and a rental boat and a fishing shallow cover. It's fun. I like that. But US is a tournament.
Yes.
I use so fish finder a lot.
I like you, Takumi, and I want to thank you for doing this show. And I enjoyed learning about you. I never knew you rode motorcycles. I never knew you liked hip hop, Snoop Dogg.
Yeah.
These are all fun things to learn. But
Yeah, thank you very much.
thank you for doing the show.
Yeah, thank you too. Thank you very much.
Good luck at Smith.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye bye. Who would have known? Takumi Ito, if it wasn't for the Bassmaster Elite Series, may have just been the world's greatest killer bee hunter. I could just envision him rolling up with his mirrored sunglasses, tank top, on his bike. This podcast, I don't know whether it's making the industry better or worse, but I am certainly learning things that I never thought I would learn. And I hope you are enjoying it. If you are, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, do all that stuff. Go out, have a great week, say something nice to somebody, make their day a little bit better. Enjoy being, and we'll see you next time. Until then, Bob Cobb, take it away.
Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe, because Bob Cobb of the Bassmasters told you to. You hear?